I'ma chase my dream. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Transparently D, where I'm keeping it transparent in the life of D. So I'm going to start by saying I have several videos recorded, edited, and ready to post to YouTube over the past few weeks. So I do apologize that I have been absent for a month, but I do have videos. But what I did was I have two cameras, two like professional grade cameras. I just don't know how to vlog on them really good, and one of them really don't show. The one that most people use, the Mark III, Canon Mark III, I don't know how to get that to pick up the lighting very well. So I have not vlogged with that or taken any pictures with it much at all. And then I have the big Canon camera like that the professionals use, that the Mr. bought me maybe about 2 years ago for my birthday. And I definitely don't know how to vlog with that one at all. So, my grown self. So, my grown self decided that I was going to purchase the iPhone 13 Pro. Okay. So, I purchased the phone outright. Didn't do a payment plan on it because really I didn't want to add it to my account because I didn't want to use it for like phone calls. I only wanted to use it for videos and pictures. Well, I have so many videos on there that I have done, and I cannot upload them to YouTube. I guess I don't know how to. So I was trying to, because I'm a Samsung girl. I have the 20 Plus. I love my Samsung. But I just have to give the iPhone the opportunity. As a matter of fact, if y'all want to know something that's real, the truth, I have no idea what a phone is right now. Like, I can't even tell you where that phone is at right now. I thought it was in my purse, but it wasn't in there last night, and I didn't feel like getting up, going and looking for it. But, so, instead, I may still post those if I figure out how to post those videos on there. But I'm just going to give y'all a synopsis on what's going on in this video right here. So, first and foremost, how was your month of September? How was your month of October going so far? October is my birth month. For those of you that are new here and don't know me, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on my video and coming back and going on this crazy 41 and almost 42-year-old having a baby journey with me. I do appreciate you and appreciate your support. I appreciate everyone who inboxed me, everyone who sent me gifts. Somebody sent me a gift, and I said I was going to keep the paper right there, and I cannot find the gift. But thank you so much for sending baby G his bibs and his pacifier holders. They will definitely be used and come into handy, and I appreciate you. So today is the 12th of October, and this truck ain't got nowhere to go. Okay, today is the 12th of October. I am 35 weeks and 6 days. So I will be 36 weeks on tomorrow. it has been a very eventful last few weeks. So, first and foremost, in my last video, I told you guys that we hired a doula. So, I wanted to get your advice on some things. Because of the rise in COVID Delta variant, the hospital that we're delivering at has made the decision that doulas are not permitted in the hospital. So we put $550 down on this doula, and then there was a balance of $550 that was due. So my question that I was asking you all in the other video is, do you all think that I should pay her the other $550? Because essentially we're paying for a service that she can't provide to us. I don't need her there when I'm at home. I needed her there while I was in the hospital. Because as I've told you guys before, the mister has a hard time with like anything that he would consider in his brain abnormal. Although defecating during pushing is normal, that is something the mister gonna pass out. Swear for Lord. When he see the head come out, he is gonna hit the floor. Like, I'm dead serious telling you, like, he is not gonna handle that well. If he see blood, I'm telling you, he's not gonna handle that. He can't handle that at all. He gonna pass out. And he's way bigger than me. He's like 6'2". He might be 6'5". 6'5", 360 solid defense, back playing, football running, solid man. This nigga gonna hit the floor. You hear me? He gonna fall out. Because he's not good with that kind of stuff. And it's so funny to me. Like, even like if the baby is like moving in my stomach, he get like crazy. He's like, ooh, that's so weird. You know, like he doesn't even want to touch it or anything. So I needed the doula there while I was pushing. So she sent me a message and she was like, hey, just sending you a reminder that your payment is due for the remaining balance. So I sent her a message back. No, I sent her a message because what I've been doing is calling my hospital to see if their policy has changed at all. Because their policy was 2 people. So it could be him and then it could be the doula. So I called them and I asked them and they was like, no, we've taken it down to only 1 person can be there. And it really just depends on who's the charge nurse, if they're going to permit a doula in there with you. But more than likely, we won't allow the doula in there as well. It will just be, you know, your spouse or your partner, whoever you have, that's going to be your support person. That 1 person can be in there. So I shot her a message. I said, hey, just letting you know that X, Y, and Z hospital is saying that we can only have 1 person there. So you won't be able to be there in the delivery. And so she was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, and this, that, and other. And so then later on that day, I get an email from her. Oh, just letting you know that your payment of $550 is due because the doula was $1,100 total. So I sent a message back to her. I said, thank you so much for the reminder. But, you know, we're just trying to decide, because at this time, I was still trying to decide if I wanted to keep the doula and just have her labor at home with us, right? So I said, well, you're not able to provide the service for us. So we're just trying to decide if we're going to keep the doula or not. You know, just please give us a few days to kind of decide, because kid you, now this is back in September. I said, because, we're just trying to discern, if it would be a financially wise decision to pay another $550 for a service that we cannot get. You can't provide us the service that is needed, right? So she sends me an email back, and she says, you're gonna either pay the whole balance now, or you're not gonna pay it at all. Your date will not be I wish I had my other phone here so I could read it word for word, because the attitude that was behind it was so curt and so abrasive. She says the date will, I can't guarantee the date. As a matter of fact, the date is no longer available, and you'll have to call and ask to see if the date is available again when you get ready to pay, because it's not available. I'm taking you off the calendar right now, and I'm canceling your appointment. And I'm talking about, like, she went totally left with the message. So typically the old Donna would have responded, but I sent her a message back and I said, understood. So now we paid $550, and all this girl did was come to our house one time. She came to the house one time, and the majority of the conversation was about her infertility journey. She did like 3 positions with me, and that was it. And then, I am a IVF coach, or infertility coach, not necessarily IVF. It could be IVF, IUI, or just naturally trying to get pregnant. I am a trying to conceive coach. Okay, specializing in vitro fertilization. So nonetheless, the majority of the appointment was talking about her IVF journey. So much so that Stephen was sitting in the chair falling asleep. $550. So where I am is like, how she came at me was just real curt, and I feel very unprofessional. So my question to you all is this: do you all think I should pay her the remainder $550, or just let it go, or dispute my $550? Because really she didn't do anything, and she's offering a service that she cannot provide. Get the $550 back and just not deal with her. Because at first I was like, well, I'm not trying to take anything from anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to take $550 from her or anybody, So I'll just not, that's what I was initially. I was just like, well, we're not going to go with her. We'll just allow her to keep the $550, and then I'll go on with my services, with just doing my labor without her, because she can't be in the hospital. I do understand it's not her fault that she can't be in the hospital, but it's not my fault that you can't be in the hospital either. I just didn't like the way she came at me. She was real disrespectful in her email. Real disrespectful in her email. So after that email, I was leaning more towards disputing the $550 and not paying her the other $550, of course, and just laboring at home and then going on to the hospital, and he just gonna have to sit down, and they're gonna have to bring me somebody else in there to help me hold my leg up or whatever. So y'all tell me what y'all think I should do with that, because I don't want to do anything maliciously, or I'm not trying to hurt nobody or nothing. This $550 is really not like an astronomical amount of money to wherein you know, it will make an odds or ends, but it's $550, and that is quite a bit of money. So should I dispute the $550? Should I not dispute the $550 and just deliver the baby on our own? Or should I pay her the other $550, pay her the $1150, and see if she will still come on the date of delivery? That's one thing I need y'all help with. Helping me decide. Number two is the baby. Okay, so I said in the other video was that when I woke up in the middle of the night, my stomach was hard, like right here. Hold on, let me see so I can show you. My stomach was hard, like right here. It was extremely hard. So, excuse me, I was en route to a doctor's appointment, like I am now. I was en route to a doctor's appointment, and I said in that video, I felt like he had flipped, because this whole while he's been head down, but I felt like he had flipped and that he was breech. And sure enough, now mind you, I went to the doctor, to the maternal fetal medicine doctor that Monday. This was Thursday. Monday he was head down. Okay? That Thursday is when I woke up and I felt like it was hard right there. And I still feel like it's hard right here. And sure enough, they did the ultrasound and he was frank breech. His butt was in my pelvis and his head was sitting right here with his feet up here on the right side. Totally frank breech. And I was in the office sick as a dog. In that video, I had stopped and gotten some McDonald's to eat for breakfast. So I had gotten some, I had only gotten some of the two hash browns and a sweet tea, because sometimes he'd be really sleepy and that bothers them that he's sleepy and he's not as reactive. So I only done one non-stress test. I did a non-stress test that appointment as well. So I had drank some sweet tea to try to like wake him up, you know, so that he'll be more reactive. And yeah, that didn't work at all. So what happened was, I got there and they did the ultrasound and he was frank breech. So I was already sick. The McDonald's made me sick as a dog. Oh, I was throwing up. I felt terrible. I was sick as a dog. They had to give me ice packs to put on me. They gave me a emesis bag to vomit in. I was sick as a dog. And then to find out that he was frank breech, I was just like, forget it. Sign me up for a C-section so I can get this over with. So they just went ahead and scheduled the C-section for me, the date and the time for a C-section, and I was just like over it. And so my doctor was like, well, are you sure? Because I don't want to take advantage of you trying to do a C-section just because you're sick right now, you know. So do you want to just wait it out and let's see what happens? I was like, no, just schedule the C-section. I'm done. He's breech and I don't have time for that. Now let me tell you why I made those decisions. I made that decision because I have an anterior placenta, which means my placenta is in the front of my stomach. So we could have attempted an external version where they take his head and move his head to put him back in the head down position when it's time to deliver. But because I have an anterior placenta, they would be pushing on that placenta as well. And because they would be pushing on that placenta, that is the lifeline for my baby. I did not want to risk them. I didn't want to risk them tearing the placenta or hurting the baby or for cutting off the blood supply, oxygen supply from the placenta to the baby. So that was out. Also, I had the option of doing a breech birth. For me, I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about for Didi. For me, that's a no-go. I think that is so dangerous and so risky. And I have done so much to make sure that this baby is not in an unsafe environment. From the PGS testing all the way up to the care that I receive from my doctors, and how many times I go to the doctor per week, because I go to the doctor twice a week. I just don't want to do anything that's going to risk his life or cause any type of issues whatsoever. So for me, that's just me, that's not you. If you want to do a breech birth, by all means, I support you 10,000%. But for me, I will never try a breech birth. No, so my doctor was like, okay, well, you don't have to do that. So for me, the safest way to get him here would have been a cesarean section. Just get him out and carry on. Although my healing process would be worse, for me, it would be better for him. And so I'll sacrifice me for him every day, all day, 365, 24 hours a day. I will always sacrifice me for him. Always. But that was kind of devastating for me, that he was no longer head down, and that, you know, all the things I had prepped. I bought the cube, which is like a birthing seat that you can sit on to bring the baby down, and the ball, and just, you know, wanting Steven to experience a vaginal birth, you know, and then to find out that he's breech and none of that is gonna be able to be utilized anyway was just, you know, kind of upsetting for me a little bit. So then let's fast forward. That was another thing. Okay, so now I have to have a C-section, and now the darn doula definitely ain't gonna be no help, because she can't do anything at home for me having a C-section. So I go to the doctor twice a week. Went back to the doctor Monday. He was breech. Went back to the doctor that Thursday. He was back head down. This baby, I'm telling you, he just flips and moves wherever he wants to. I'm telling you, he do his own thing. I'm not even kidding. So now he's head down. As of that Thursday, he was head down. And so I was happy about that. Talked to my doctor. My doctor changed it right in front of me. He called them, the scheduling department, took me out the schedule for a cesarean section, and added me on for induction. So as of this moment right now, as I'm on my way to this appointment, I am scheduled to be induced. I'm going to do an induction and be induced at the end of the month. And he said I have to get an epidural. Doesn't matter if I don't use it. I don't have to use the epidural, but if it's there, I might as well use it. Those are his words. But he wants, as soon as I get there, he wants the epidural to be put in place. And his rationale for that was because if something happens and I need to go in for a cesarean section, the epidural is already in place. All they got to do is push the meds through. I'll go numb, and he can go in and get the baby quick. It's not going to be anything that would delay the process, because if something happens, like his heart rate is dipping or my heart rate is going crazy or anything like that, he has to get the epidural place, which takes time. And in those type of crisis situations, he doesn't want to waste any time whatsoever. And I respect that. Initially, I was like, I don't want an epidural, oh my God. But, you know, not because I want to be superwoman and have a baby natural. No. I didn't want the epidural because I just didn't want it to go in my bag. I didn't want it to go in my bag. But now I'm on board with the epidural. Give me the epidural. Hurry up and give me the epidural when I first get there. And then we'll go along with the induction. However, once I got back to the house, or when I was on my way home, I of course updated the mister because of COVID. They're not letting anyone come into the doctor's appointment with you. So I let him know what the plan was, that the plan had changed because he flipped his head down. And the mister was like, well, why can't you just go into labor on your own? Why do we have to do the induction? I really don't want to do the induction thing. So now I'm going to discuss with them today about the induction and how he feels about just waiting and letting me go in labor on my own. All of my other kids I had at 37 and 38 weeks. I've never gone 40 weeks or longer with carrying them. Because I'm 36 weeks tomorrow, I figure I got a week or so left. I'm thinking I'll just go into labor on my own as well, because I have a specific date in mind that I want to have him on, and I think I'm so stuck on that date that's why I'm just saying, golly, I need to just go in labor on my own. But we'll see. So to give a synopsis, baby G is back head down as of Monday, because I don't know. As of Monday at the MFM appointment, he was head down. I'll get another ultrasound today, because I get 2 ultrasounds a week. I'll get another ultrasound today, and that will tell me if he's still head down. Oh, at that other appointment last Thursday, they did a Group B strep test on me, and that came back negative, so I don't have Group B strep, so I won't have to have the antibiotics when I do go into labor. Something else I was forgetting that I was saying. Anyway, but my Group B strep was negative, and baby's head down. So far, we're scheduled for an induction, but we may just wait and go into labor on our own. So just hold out on that. Other than that, my symptoms I do not feel like he's dropped much. So when I feel him move all the way down in my pelvis. I do feel that. Like even right now, he's moving, and I feel him moving in my pelvis area. So I do feel like he's low. That's what I was going to tell you. They did the Group B strep, and he checked me, and I was 1 centimeter dilated, and 30% of face, or 40% of face, or 3 centimeters dilated, 3 centimeters dilated, and 40% of face, 1 centimeter dilated. No, I was 1 centimeter dilated, 40% effaced. So I do have Braxton Hicks, but they are not painful at all. They're not painful. It's like, okay, I'm having a contraction, and that's it. You know, it's not painful at all. And he head down. So now I'm headed to this appointment. I'll let y'all know if he's still head down or if he flip or whatever. But my birthday is Halloween. Yep, my birthday is October 31st. And we'll have him right up and around in there somewhere in those dates, or the beginning of November. We'll have him. I'm not nauseous or anything like that right now. I only get sick when I eat McDonald's or fast food. Then I get sick, so I stay away from it. I just don't eat it. But I have been so tired. I'm exhausted. But one thing I do like about my doctor is that I am now on leave. So you guys know I have the high blood pressure. I had a spike in my pressure, and so I called my doctor's office, and they put me out on maternity leave. So I've been on maternity leave for a week now, and I won't go back to work until next year is when I'm slated to return to work. So I'm out of work, so I get to sleep a lot. I'm just cleaning up. I packed my bag. I am going to do a video with what's in my bag to show y'all what I have in my bag. I'm not sure when I'll do that video, but I will be doing that video here recently. We tried to do a belly cast, and it was an epic fail. It was definitely a fail. But we did attempt it, and it just didn't come out right at all. I don't think we put enough layers on there. But other than that, we're just chilling. We're just waiting on little man to make his entrance into the world, and you know, we're ready. We have his stuff situated and stuff, and we're just waiting on him to make his grand entrance. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. I will drop that video about what's in my hospital bag, and you know, show y'all the cube that I have and stuff like that, and what I plan on using postpartum wise to help me heal better. So that's all we got for you today. I just wanted to bring you all up to date because I can't get those other videos to upload. If you know how to upload those videos from my iPhone to YouTube, please help me out with that and tell me in the comments so that I can do that. Other than that, you know how we do it on this channel. Keep your faith on fleek, and always remember, strive to be on top, because the bottom is already too crowded.
My dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything go right, everything go right. I'ma chase my dreams, everything alright, everything alright. I'ma chase my dreams, everything